All right, welcome to the Table of Contents, everybody. We're live right here at Philomena's Pizza in Sunnyside, Queens, where we're starting off the show with an old trick here. You may recognize what we have in these cups right here. You may not if you're watching for the first time.
This is an affogato, and it's just espresso with 1 scoop of gelato.
And every night on TikTok, for a year ago, 2 years ago, this is how we would start TikTok live at night after Philomena's, late into the evening when people were still awake, and we would be pouring affogatos. Got addicted.
They're pretty, caloric. There's a lot of calories to a 1 scoop of ice cream, so we don't do it that often. But it does make a nice treat. So this is the affogato. I'm just kind of like mixing the espresso with the gelato. Actually, it's Haagen-Dazs ice cream, but it's still pretty good.
Someone just messaged me on Facebook Market about the refrigerator, restaurant refrigerator shelf.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I'm trying to get rid of this. Just messaged me this now.
Yeah, just take it.
Yep. At this point, I had it on there for $200 on Facebook Market. So we're trying to get rid of a refrigerator and shelf. The air doesn't get cool, but the shelf works perfectly if you're looking for something like that. We're right here. And Philomena's let us know to schedule a pickup. It's got to be pickup only. We can't move it. So maybe we can potentially help you get it to your car, but you have to have something like a truck or something to take it out.
You can't wait, because that'll alleviate some of the space issues and storage issues as well.
Right. So all those people out there that want bomboloni, you guys got to be sharing this free Facebook post. That's how we're going to get it back.
We're busting at the seams here at Philly Meetings, which is a good thing, but we have to kind of move some stuff around and get rid of some stuff to free up some space.
Perfect. So we're going to get started. We're going to eat first.
Yeah, man.
Try it.
I already did my thing.
There you try it.
I'm gonna wait for you though. Right? Do like a little. Technically, you don't salute on a coffee, but it's okay.
We're going to salute there or no?
Yeah.
There you go. Old times.
Salute.
Salute that. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
It's just so rich, and you don't need. So it's an espresso. It's not with sugar or anything like that. It's just espresso because it's sweet from the gelato. So you don't need anything else.
Tastes great. All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about, you may have been watching us the past few weeks here going out late at night, but we're going to talk about Jackson Heights as our neighborhood spotlight to kick things off. Jackson Heights is one of the 24/7 neighborhoods that's still running on full steam in New York City, and we have a couple places that we like to highlight. So number one is the haircut place. As you can see, Dave got a haircut recently. Look how good the haircut looks. What time did you go get your haircut?
2:30 in the morning, and I didn't have a lock for my bike. I rode my bike over there. I was like, I had longer hair, and I was tired of it. So whenever I get a haircut, it has to be on my day off or like an off time from my dough schedule, because I don't want to have hair cut and then come here. So I went there after hours on Saturday night, 2:30 in the morning, $15. It blew me away, and the guy was so pro. I was actually live streaming the entire time on TikTok. So maybe if I can get a clip or two to show you, but it was really fun. It was fun. I haven't been like that since I was a kid going to the barber.
Right. It's never a fun thing to do because you have to rearrange your whole day. You have to schedule appointments sometimes. Sometimes it's not always available when you show up. There's a line of people waiting, but here in Jackson Heights, you can go to this place that's open 24/7. We've shown it a little bit on our live streams and just walk right in and get a haircut. How cool is that? Anywhere across the world or anywhere across the country, I don't think most people have 24/7 access to get their haircut. But it really helps your whole day the next day, because I showed up to Philomena's. I'm like, wait, he looks different. I saw him yesterday. You got a haircut at 3 a.m. Everyone's sleeping. Dave's getting his haircut.
And these guys are just hanging out. It's a fun vibe. It really is. Everyone's just like, but everyone's up at like 2:30 in the morning. They're not like, tired of grog. And there are other people getting their haircut as well. You think that'd be empty, but no.
And that's just the first place. We have a couple other places that are in this little neighborhood right here, from about 69th Street all the way up until like 77th Street here in Jackson Heights. So if you're visiting New York and you've been here already, maybe you want to explore something off the beaten path and you're kind of a late night owl like us, KTM Bar and Lounge, open 7 days a week, incredible. You look out, like, explain how we found this place.
So, we found that we wanted to go to a karaoke bar, like this hidden karaoke bar within a Thai restaurant. And they were like, no, you're not Thai, you can't come in here. So we went around the corner to this other place. But I remember passing by this other place hundreds of times, because I run my bike around this neighborhood all the time. And it never fazed me to go inside there. And once we found it that night, it was like a hidden gem. We were blown away at
Amazing.
how beautiful this place was, and it looked so grimy on the outside. And that's one thing about Jackson Heights. It's grimy on the outside, but glorious on the inside, and some of the other names of the places that we're going to mention as well. So yeah, so we went up there, did karaoke. Kenny was crushing Billy Idol and Elvis.
You were crushing Billy Idol.
And I was doing my own crooner stuff, but yeah, we had a blast and it was so much fun. And we were well received there as well because there was only a handful of people hanging out there.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about some of these places that you walk around in Jackson Heights. You're well received. And when we went to that first place, it was a list of hidden gem places that you must try, your bucket list. I would never go back to that place because I didn't feel welcome when I walked in the door.
Yeah.
You know, when we walked up to this place here at KTM Bar, we felt welcomed right away. The bartender was amazing. So shout out to the bartender at KTM Bar and Lounge. I walked by there last night, walked inside, showed somebody when I was doing a rat tour this place, and they were shocked. So I guess it looks like somewhere in Manhattan. If you took a picture of it, this looks like it rivals some of the places in Manhattan that you pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get a drink and hang out at for a night.
No, I'll be honest with you. I think everything shifted outside the city during the pandemic. Now, the city is no longer 24/7, but Jackson Heights is, and other pockets of Brooklyn and Queens and the Bronx, they are the 24/7. Well, last week when I was walking around the village and reminiscing about Solano, I was amazed at how quiet it was on a Tuesday night at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And during that time, when I worked down there, it was a totally different story. Of course, you had Joe's Pizza that was still open, a couple bars that were still open, but it's a pretty sparse amount of people walking around.
Yeah, everyone wants the action close to their house. They don't want it to go into the city all the time. So New York City's built on convenience, and if you don't have the convenience in your neighborhood, it will probably be there soon. You know, so that's why it's always important to keep up with the times because everyone wants that convenience right outside their door.
You know, and the amazing thing is we have a subway system we have to depend on, rely on. But if you're coming from an outer borough into Manhattan late at night, you're gonna have a lot of delay time. But like if you're closer to home, which Kenny and I are in Jackson Heights, it makes it much easier to commute, making the evening much better. You can have more fun. You know, you can squeeze a little more fun and less commute time.
Yeah. Yeah, we always talk about wanting to go into like Times Square area after dark because you know that's really like the thing that you think of 24/7 in New York City. It's catered to the tourists. That's still open after work when we get off work at around 11 or 12. But we can just go right down the street now, and we love it because it's easier for us to get home, like Dave just said.
And even if I wanted to walk home, it would probably take me 20 minutes to walk home. The same amount of time it would take me to walk home from work to home. So, and that's, it's what an amazing convenience.
Amazing convenience. And after we went and did karaoke that night at KTM Bar and Lounge, we stumbled upon another hidden gem, which was even dodgier than the first place. The first place was like super nice, upscale. We didn't think we could go in there, but it was nice. They let us in. We go downstairs to City Snooker Pool House. City Snooker Pool House, where there's just like people having a celebration, like it's someone's birthday. All the cocktail waitresses are all dressed up
And dancing with the patrons. It's wild.
dancing with everybody. We're the only like white guys in there. It's like a big Latino place.
And they were cool.
Everyone was cool. They were like telling us like how to play pool, showing us where we could play. They uncovered the pool table for us. I think we played like a best of 7 series there.
And Kenny won all 7.
I don't remember who won.
I'm not that
I had
good.
a few Coronas that night, so forgot who won.
You're being very kind.
I just remember that I called Dave the Mets because he was getting ready to beat me one time.
And they blew it.
Don't joke.
Blew it in the bottom of the 9th.
But yeah, that was a fun little hidden gem bar. It's right below KTM Bar and Lounge. They like searched us when we came in, like
They have
weapons.
They have security at the front door just to make sure that like we're not packing heat or anything like that.
Yeah. But yeah, like we go over different places. We talk about dive bar. Did it meet the dive bar expectations? And I think yes, it did. We hit all the qualifications to be a dive bar.
Sure, but there were we didn't check the bathroom for any drugs.
Yeah, no one asked us for drugs in the bathroom.
Yeah, that was a little well.
The bathroom was kind of weird though. You feel like you had to leave the place and go out to the lobby of the bar. That's where the bathroom was. I don't even know if that was their bathroom or they were just using it for somebody else.
Yeah, use the guy.
Yeah. Because where you thought the bathroom was, it wasn't in there. It wasn't in, like I went to the back of the place in the corner. No, there's just more pool tables. But if you like pool, City Snooker Pool House.
What a blast.
The next one, this one was found by, I think you, Dave, right? Izakaya Fuku.
So one night I wanted to eat out, and you were telling me about this one place that's open like 24/7 too, and this is a cool place we have to mention as well.
Yeah.
But
We'll talk about that next time, though.
Oh, okay. So
We'll save it.
So instead of going to that place, I found this other place along the way, and it's this ramen shop. And you hear me talk about the ramen shop
A lot.
because it's a fun place to go to, and it looks like like what you would find like it's ramen shop, but it's run by Thai. So like it looks like a Thai shack outside with like these funky little barrels as chairs and like crazy pictures all over the place. But it's very festive and it's a lot of fun. And the ramen there is really great. And they're open till 2 o'clock, so you can get there like 1:30, 1:40 and still place your order for dinner in the morning, not in the afternoon, and really enjoy a really great meal. And above that is this really great lounge and rooftop bar above it. And it's really like you have to go there on an off night, like we did last week, because they look at us and we're foreign. And I remember the first 2 times I tried to go in there, like, no, you can't come in there. No. So like,
Closed for private party.
Yeah, private party. So we went on an off night, and hopefully we could like make more FaceTime, give a little better tip, so we can enjoy this park because it's above the restaurant and it's right next to the 7th train, and it's really scenic and really beautiful. We get a really nice view of the city.
An amazing view of the city, and the trains rumbling right through you on the rooftop. The view is cool.
And the night we went to, the moon looked like an orange wedge.
Mm-hmm.
It was so big and so bright, and I was like so thankful that I forgot my camera, because I would have taken a nice picture, which I didn't take. But yeah, really great place.
They're gonna be so pissed at us once all these people start coming there now. So we gotta be careful. If you want to go, like book a reservation through me. We'll put like 5 people a week, because once we start talking about this place, like people are gonna flock there, especially how cool it is up top on the roof.
And the food's great.
Food's great.
The popcorn. You like popcorn? This popcorn's like the best popcorn I've ever had. I don't know why, but it's great.
Popcorn's great. They have a couple Thai beers. The service is phenomenal. Like there's one server there by the name of Patty, always in a great mood to see us and always really making sure that you're taken care of.
Yeah, we were trying to poach her to come here to work a couple shifts. She's really sweet, really nice. Because one incident that I had at Izakawa Fuku was one of the servers was really rude to me. I stopped going for a while because she was just kind of like throw down the menu, sit me down like in the corner somewhere where there's like all these other tables. Even when I took Kenny
next to the Uber Eats table.
Yeah, right.
On the Uber Eats table.
So
all the deliveries are going out. We're sitting there with them.
So we finally gave it another chance, Kenny and I, and we went there, and Patty was just amazing. So we were sold. It's our new old place we go to.
Yeah, and we try to give places a chance because maybe they had an off night, or maybe
that person's not there anymore. And I wish people would do that with us too. Because I get a bad review here and there, and we had this disgruntled kid, and now he's gone. So hopefully, we bring some of the people back.
Yeah, come back, give places a second chance. You never know who's working there that day.
That's right.
All right, let's go to the grand finale, which is the taco truck. If you haven't heard about this taco truck, then I don't think you should be moving or coming to New York or living in New York. It's called Landia, and it's an amazing place to get food. The only problem is you can't go anywhere and eat. You have to really eat it right there. There's a little shelf that you can sit there and eat it on. But this has been a hot spot for us to go get food late at night if you want something kind of like gourmet.
Yeah, it's probably the best taco you'll ever find in the city, and that's a really tough call to make. But the trucks are huge, and I remember going there last few weeks where I remember 1 o'clock they closed, but I would try to get there at 12:30, and then I'm waiting in line for 10 minutes, so it's 12:40, and I still see a lot more people back me. And then as I'm eating, once I got my order, there's still more people there, so they're still serving people after 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's right on Roosevelt Avenue, like 76th Street.
Yeah, it's at the stop, 74th Street stop, you walk up like 3 blocks. So I think it's before 78th Street for sure. So it's somewhere between 74 and 78.
Okay, so
but not that far. Yeah, it's close.
It's a big taco truck. And don't sleep on the cart behind it. There's a bus stop. And then sometimes they have someone that has like these drinks that they make, different types of drinks. And they have the corn guy.
Let's tell them it's not Frankovich.
Yeah. This is amazing. So they take corn, they put it on a stick and butter it up and put a little paprika and then like this Parmesan type of cheese, and it is great. It's really great. So along with the Beerlandia, if you get the tacos, the consomme, and whatever else you want to get, you don't sleep on the corn. Corn is amazing.
Yeah, the tacos are great. The tostadas are great. If you had the tostadas, the crunch,
yeah,
it rivals our square here, where they get that crunch ready to bite into it. But great little places over here. We like to highlight a neighborhood each week on the podcast here, Table of Contents. You're watching live right here. Filomena's Pizza in Sunnyside, Queens. Those are the 4 places. So barbershops right near the station. We need to figure out the exact names. The KTM Bar and Lounge, City Snooker Pool House, Izakaya Fuku, then Beerlandia, the taco truck right there in Jackson Heights. So if you have any other places for us to check out, let us know.
we'll
Down
be more
below.
than happy to find out and venture off.
Yes, because we are the night owls and we will check those places out. So let's go on to the next comment, which is going to be our next topic, which is the NYC heat wave this week. Do you know what a heat wave is? What's the definition of a heat wave? Do you know? Off the top of your head, I looked it up, so I know.
I can guess.
Let's get it here. Guess.
My guess it would be anything over like 90 degrees in a consistent 5-day period.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, cool.
Did you look at my notes here?
No, no. Where did I see that?
Heat wave, any 3 consecutive days over 90 degrees.
I look, your coffee cup's blocking me. I had no idea yeah, that's cool.
Wow, you got it. Yeah, spot on. So it's actually 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees. I thought it'd be like 5 days, like Dave said, but it's only 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees, which is wild for a definition. But they're also using this term now called the heat dome, which is similar to, I think they were saying like a blizzard of sorts, like a bomb cyclone blizzard when it just comes into the area. Like there's all these fancy terms for it, but it's gonna be fucking hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
That's the only thing I have to say. So this week they're expecting temperatures to be over 90 degrees starting on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, all the way until Friday.
Amen. I can't wait. Yeah,
Oh, you like the heat?
I love the heat. It's the 17th.
Yeah.
It is June 17th. And I love riding my bike late at night, but it's been cold at nighttime, like 60 degrees. That's kind of cold.
Yeah.
And for June.
You feel that chill.
Yeah.
That chill on your body when you're out at night. I felt it last night too.
Yeah.
I was out on the tour.
And I'd opt not to ride the bike late at night in the cold like that, because sometimes I go near the water and I'm right at Gantry State Park, right on the sea, overlooking the sky. It's cold, and plus you have the water, so it gets even colder. So I'm happy. I can't wait.
Heat dome. So they're making different locations around New York City, like cooling centers, which they always do. But yeah, the Midwest and the South has already been feeling it. But a heat dome is a weather phenomenon consisting of extreme heat that is caused when the atmosphere traps hot ocean air as if bundled by a lid or cap. So I've never heard that term, but they're using that. That's the fancy buzzword they're using this year for the heat wave.
Some intern came up with that. Just like got all those like meteorologists all stoned. There's like,
Yeah.
heat cap.
Yeah, it's called the heat dome, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, apparently it's been a word that meteorologists have used. They just haven't released it. So it's kind of like their jargon, I guess, that we use certain words here, like I got you and stuff like that. So, yeah. But that's coming to New York City this week. So if you're coming to visit, good luck.
It'll be hot.
Yeah, especially in the subways. The worst thing that I hate about New York City in the summertime is how hot it is in the subway, because it's always warm in the wintertime. It's always nice to get into the subway on a cold day. When in the summertime, it's just like living hell. Like you're down there, and when you get the breeze from the subway, it's like the best thing ever. It's like stale breeze air coming at you, maybe some piss air coming at you too. But it's just like you love it because it's like some kind of airflow.
I don't miss my commute on the subway at all. I mean, I walk to work. I'm so fortunate. This is all by design. But I remember when I used to go to Midtown, I worked a long time in Midtown and downtown. And on a hot day, when you're on the subway and there's a guy holding onto the rail and he stinks to high heaven, his armpits right in your face, and you just have nowhere to go. It's horrible. It's really bad. So if you need to use the subway, can you stay? Right?
Yeah.
But it's true though. I mean, you get that from time to time.
Yep.
So if you're coming in from out of town, just go off peak hours on the subway. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah. All right, so let's move into NYC 8th Avenue. So I've actually talked about this topic a lot, and I know that both you and I have experienced it a little bit. But I always avoid when people ask me where to stay in New York City. I always avoid telling people 8th Avenue because there's so many junkies and people walking up and down there that they're really trying to clean it up. And you always can tell it's a bad area after dark. It's not bad, but it's just people that are visiting and stay in that area. They see it's like the Walking Dead. People walking around like people are out of their mind. Some emotionally disturbed people or junkies, like you were talking about. But I've been saying this a lot. Like ever since the pandemic, that area has changed so much because they did have some shelters down there during the pandemic. The access to public transportation is right there, so there's a lot of people asking and begging for money because there's so much foot traffic going in and out of the stations. But I'm sure you can relate to what you've seen down there as well. It's like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember not there specifically, but I remember on a subway platform and seeing up the steps someone shooting up early or shooting up whatever, but like try to get my kids away from that. But it's out in the open, so you can't get away from that. And that's what's happening over there. With, illicit drug use, they're right in front of you. They have no care in the world because they're junkies. They're addicts. So they don't really care that much, and it's sad to see that. But in the same breath, something needs to be done. Like you have tourists coming in here, and not as much. Tourism has gone down a lot since the last couple of years because people keep on hearing it's not as safe in New York, and this is one of the reasons. So I mean, they have to clean that up. It's like people walking over people that are just like they're on the ground, like just like zoning out. It's not a good thing.
And recently, I think it was De Blasio, he put in needle clinics around there. There's 4 needle clinics in that area. Maybe more needle clinics than McDonald's in that little stretch, which is showing you how bad that area is. But they put these clinics there because people are shooting up and maybe they need Narcan to revive themselves, and they're allowed to go in there and not get in trouble. And that's where our society has kind of changed. Like these people need help. They don't need to keep being put on the needle or on the Narcan. Like it's weird phenomenon to me. Like we need to dedicate space for these people to get off of it and be productive members of society.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're just enabling them to continue to be on the street and having a safe place for them to go where they don't die. And to me, coming from someone that grew up in the Midwest and seeing what's going on in New York City, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like New York City has been enabling everyone to do whatever they want to do and get away with it as well. Which is really it's sad because New York used to be such a strong city, and now it's just so weak because all the political I don't know what the motivation is.
Yeah.
For the clinics, but you're not helping anyone by doing that.
And the biggest thing when you mention you're not helping anyone, especially the small business owners, there's tons of small business owners there that are dealing with this day in and day out. So before you rush to judge and get mad at us for making comments about this or saying, I know they're going through a lot, these people, but these small business owners are also going through a lot each day as well, trying to keep their doors open. People are coming in and out. The small business owners are really upset because they're having to say no to that. That's why you can't use the bathroom anywhere in New York City, because you have people like that. They ruin it for everybody. Yeah. Then you have someone dead in your bathroom. So it's causing a lot of issues for small businesses. People are stealing things. It's creating a whole circus of things down there, which is hard to see because that's such a popular area in New York City, or it used to be. I don't think as much anymore because I do not recommend anyone stay on the 8th Avenue corridor or anywhere near Penn Station. Stay to the east of that.
For sure. And look, you have a couple good restaurants over there.
Yeah.
A lot of great. They can take a look.
That's Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it's amazing. But there are other great places in New York to hang out.
Yep. Until they clean it up, we will not recommend it. Our next thing we're going to talk about is our migrant news of the week. So we have so many things happening each week. And this the other night, NYPD officer robbed at gunpoint by 2 migrants. They steal his car. They take it down to like 148th and Broadway. They leave it there. His iPad was in the car, so they track it down and they track out who these 2 guys were. Again, they have a gun. They robbed an off-duty NYPD officer. Crazy.
I'll say the same thing I said last week. how do you get a gun? I mean, you know, most of these migrants, they're pretty new to the community, but and how do they get a gun so fast and be so brazen? That's another thing. Like, you know, like everyone's just kind of getting a slap on the wrist. Even if you're from out of town, you can get away with so many things now. It's crazy.
Exactly. There's no accountability for people doing crimes anymore in the city. That's the thing that I think it really rubs people the wrong way. If you do a crime, you have to serve the time, and they're letting people get away with so many things and giving them so many chances, not just a second chance, but it's like 18 chances before they do something even more harmful, which is what we're going to get into, which is the next thing here. The thing, what happened at Casino Park. So a sexual assault happened at Casino Park. I made a big video about it. Two 13-year-olds were playing soccer in the park. After they got done playing soccer, they walked home. They took a little trail, which is a little bit more desolate than the park. And on the trail, there was a guy with a machete. They're describing him as a 5'5" Latino, curly hair, braces, in his 20s. Full description: he had a green backpack and red sneakers. And they're saying that he took a machete out, took both of them behind in the woods, tied them up with a shoestring, and that's when he performed the assault on the 13-year-old girl. And we were talking about this before. You said to get justice, the parents should do what?
Half hour in the room with them, one or two instruments to kind of use on them, and just go to town, because this affects everyone's lives. You know, the poor girl, the boy that was with her, you know,
He was there the whole time.
The whole time. I mean,
Terrible.
like, I mean, what a shock to you. I mean, your life has changed so much, and so has your families and their friends as well. So, I mean, this is really dark. This is evil. This is bad.
Yep.
So
that'd be real justice.
Yeah, real justice. I mean, not this bullshit that's been going on in New York City, but real justice.
Yep, I agree 110%. We don't want to talk about it too much, but I think they still haven't caught the guy yet. So that's why I put it on the ticker for today. They still have not caught the guy yet. So anyone that lives near Casino Park, anyone that has a business near Casino Park, please look on your security camera footage for any description matching what we just mentioned. Look it up on the NYPD crime tips and send that footage to them immediately, because this guy needs to be caught. So if you know of anyone matching that description, please send it to help his family get justice as soon as possible.
Yeah, for his children that went through this horrific ordeal, please.
Then the next thing we're going to talk about is going back into women's sports. It's the second week we talk about women's sports.
What do I know about women's basketball? Nothing, but it's so interesting. So Caitlin Clark is like this superstar phenomenon freshman, and now she's getting hassled by this Angel Reese. I mean, like, who absolutely hates her because of how good she is. You know, when people are jealous, they get really like they're really angry and
try to knock you off your game and do whatever they can to get in your head.
Wow. And
she's trying.
She's trying, but I think Caitlin Clark, she's more the professional.
Yep. You said she's more poised, she's more confident. All those things that you talk about when you want someone to be poised after somebody's kind of like trying to throw you off your game, she delivers.
Oh yeah, and she knows the rules of the game. She knows that people are going to try to do that to her, and she's going to accept it, and also be a good role model for kids too that have to deal with this stuff as well.
Exactly. So the other day, Angel Reese, really flagrant foul. She said she made a play on the ball, but deliberately went after her head and knocked her to the ground.
Yeah.
They gave her a flagrant one in the game, and the Indiana Fever ended up winning the game. But another news bit for the WNBA, which doesn't really get too much news, but the fact that these two are going at it, it's kind of like they're claiming that it's a race war. I do not see that at all. It's just people that are jealous of Caitlin Clark and they're trying to knock her down and do stupid stuff. Like, it's not just one person. It's not just Angel Reese. It's other people in the WNBA that are trying to knock her down too and do stupid stuff. So shout out to Caitlin Clark for holding her own. We got you here at Philomena's. You ever come to Philomena's? You ever come to New York City to play the Liberty? We will not give you a flagrant one. We'll give you.
It's on us.
Yeah,
come down. We'll take care of you. Don't you worry.
Caitlin Clark, come get some pizza in New York City. It's on us.
Euro Pro.
And speaking of celebrities, our celebrity of the week this week. So last week we had two celebrities that we mentioned. Mine was Action Bronson, and yours was
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. So we did a little video about them and why we wanted them to come in. This week, who's your celebrity of the week?
John Turturro. I love John Turturro. He's Neapolitan American like I am. He loves Naples. He actually made a good movie called El Passione, The Passion. It is like this movie that it sets to the backdrop of Naples and all this music that goes on, and it's great. But he would really appreciate the pizza as a Neapolitan American, because I have a like thin crust that's a little on the softer side. Like Neapolitan, but it's a New York style, and he would love it. So John Turturro. Plus, I talked to you when you came out. The movie came out. I was working at Dalsavano. I was right at the film forum, and you were going to Bar Pity. I know, but anyway, but yeah, I'd love to have you here, John Turturro.
John Turturro, where's he at now? Is he in New York City? Do you know where he's at?
You
Keep
know,
tabs on him.
I remember one time I was going to Brooklyn in the late '90s, and he was on like the one train with me. So like,
Wow.
he lives in Brooklyn, as far as I know. But I was like, yeah, I was like 20 some years ago.
Well, yeah, he says he's in Brooklyn now. He's 67 years old, 6'1". Anyone wondering how tall he is?
Gray hair.
Yeah. But that's crazy. Who did you see recently too? You saw the guy from
I saw right in Gantry State Park. I saw David Byrne from the Talking Heads.
Yeah, David Byrne from the Talking Heads. How crazy is that?
He was on his bike, and you know, it's beautiful to ride your bike in Queens, especially when we're in the city. So he's riding his bike. I don't know if he lives there, but he's riding his bike, and he kind of stopped and just kind of coughed. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he was kind enough to wave back to me. But I met him before at Dalsavano, but yeah, it was really fun to see him.
That's cool to see a celebrity out in the wild. If you've seen a celebrity out in the wild, let us know who you've seen down below in the comments. We'd love to talk more about it.
Okay, and who's your celebrity?
My celebrity of the week is another baseball player with St. Louis connections. So he played for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now he's playing for the Mets. His name is Harrison Bader. So he had to go through all those years in St. Louis eating Emo's Pizza. And now you're in New York City. I think you have a little bit more sense now of what good pizza is. Yeah, I think he looks like a good foodie to have into the store. So I would love to have Harrison Bader come into Philomena's Pizza right here, conveniently located off the 7 train. So before you go have some batting practice this week, or whenever you come back to New York City on your road trip, I think they're going on the road next to see New York Mets schedule. So we don't have to intern yet. So
Mets between today and July 29th, 2000.
Okay, so now they go on the road to Texas. They're down in Texas playing against the Rangers, and then they play the Cubs. And then they play the Yankees here for the Subway Series, June 25th and 26th. So Harrison Bader, before the Subway Series, before you hit a cycle, come here and get some pizza at Philomena's. And we're going into our final thoughts. So we just wrapped up all the topics that we're going to talk about this week. Final thoughts for this week, Dave.
Well, wear shorts, wear light clothing, and you know, there's going to be hot ones, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to the week. I mean, I'm not really a Heat fan. You know, I was so happy to move away from like St. Louis and Oklahoma because there you don't miss it. It's like sweltering heat. One year, my Ford Taurus, I used to have a Ford Taurus. The air conditioner went off. Didn't have heat. Try driving around in Oklahoma with your windows down, no heat. Then you stop at a stoplight. It's the worst.
Oh my
Like, it's
God.
nice when you're moving. You get a little flow. Once you stop at a red light, though, you're just getting pounded like you're inside of an oven. It's awful. It's like a 600-degree oven here.
Well, we'll have the AC on for sure.
So I'm more of like a fall guy. I just wish the sun stayed out longer because that's like the most depressing part. In the fall, the sun starts to set earlier. You know, it's so nice, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. The sun's still kind of like setting, and it's nice.
We have 5 days of really good, like until the 21st, and then or 4 days. Well, I'm bad at math. Good day. But so then after the 21st, we start losing a minute every day. So it's going to start
Going backwards again.
Yeah,
Oh my
already
gosh.
like 4 or
So
5
now it's
days.
a
We're
peak.
through. Yeah, now's a peak. Enjoy it now.
Wow, that's sad.
It happens fast.
Happens fast. So thank you everyone for watching this week. What a great show we had. And if you have any topics or comments about anything we talked about, let us know down below. If there's a subject or topic you want us to discover or talk about, let us know as well. And we're always looking for different recommendations around New York City.
Yeah, I can't wait to check them out. Let us know.
Yeah, we can't wait to check them out, especially if it's 24/7. Or if you just want us to feature a different neighborhood around New York City, we may have gone there or we haven't. Hold on, let me rephrase that. We may have gone there or we may have not gone there. But I'm sure we've heard of some cool places or locations in that city. And the coolest thing last night, I went on a rat tour before we end. This guy is visiting from Montreal. I don't want to say his name in case he's a little private, but he was visiting from Montreal. He went on a rat tour. I'm like, where are you staying? He said 46th Street. He's staying right here in the neighborhood. How cool is that? To really immerse yourself into a neighborhood. He thought he made a wrong decision, but he came to find out that this is actually one of the greatest spots to stay right here in Sunnyside because you have easy access to the train in and out of Manhattan and also into Queens, even deeper to Flushing.
Yeah. And look, that's why I've been here 20 some odd years, 26 years. It's a great neighborhood.
Awesome. So thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you share, like, comment on some of the topics we talked about, and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
This guy's trying to get pizza. Perfect timing. Close. And close.